So as part of an ongoing series of mine where I read popular queer book talk books, I read They Both Die at the End, and it's time to talk about it. Normally I do these reviews in like 4 parts, but honestly I just do not have enough to say about this book to do the normal 4-part structure. Basically, my overall thoughts about this book is it's a very neutral book. Nothing like overtly offensive, but I also have no strong feelings about it and was just excited that it was over. For problems I had with the book, I didn't really like the incorporation of all the other Deckers. I found most of them to be pretty uninteresting. The only one I found like remotely interesting, and honestly I thought she was more interesting than the main characters, was like the one Decker that was in denial that she like was ever called, and basically spent her day doing a bunch of other things thinking that like it wasn't actually her death day. And I also this book managed to drag out for like what felt like 2 years, while only being a day. Specifically, I think too much time is spent on like them accepting the fact that they're dying. Like, it got very excessive very quickly and not much new was said. And that happens a lot with different phases that they're going through of like dealing with death, where it feels like they're just focusing way too long on it and it drags out very quickly. As to what I actually liked about the book, yeah, I really liked the one Decker. I thought she was very interesting, but everything else felt kind of dull to me. There were some nice moments, specifically when Mateo was talking about his dad, that I thought were really interesting. Beyond that, I just felt very neutral about this book. And then as to my conclusions of the book, and why I think it's so popular, it's a very neutral, inoffensive book. It hits like the trope of like sad gays, and that tends to do it for a lot of people. There's nothing overtly offensive, so people really don't have to worry about that. Yeah, that's a big thing. And of course, Adam Silvera is like a pretty well-known writer within like queer spaces, and is like pretty closely associated with Becky Albertalli. So a lot of people who like Becky Albertalli's work are going to read Adam Silvera. Honestly, I think this was the most disappointing book for me in this series, just because I have no strong opinions on this book, which at least with some of the earlier books, I either very much like had problems with certain aspects and really loved other aspects, or I just at least had a feeling about something. But yeah, as far as ranking goes, my least favorite is still Red, White, and Royal Blue. This is probably just above Red, White, Royal Blue and right below Simon Versus, and of course Cinderella's Dead is still at the top.